It's September 18th, 6:35. I realize I'm just making my own journal entry right now. I realize, because like I'm hoping, my kids, my grandchildren, but I have to say, as a caveat, I realize that anything I say might never be worth a shit. It might never be worth a shit. What I have to say, I realize, might never be worth a shit. All right, but even if it ever isn't even worth a shit. All right, look, I gotta raise this up a little bit because I've been coming to actually love Michael Cohen, and he used to be Donald Trump's like personal lawyer, like his fixer. Like I'm not saying like he was a fixer, like like killed people or anything. I'm just saying he was a fixer, like legally, and he did his legal work, and he went to prison for doing Donald Trump's legal work, and he served his time in the penitentiary. I don't remember how much it was, but whatever they gave him, Donald Trump never had to serve any time, but he served the time for being Donald Trump's fixer, legally, for his legal work. He went to prison. The President of the United States of America. And that's why I was actually thinking, more seriously before I started this about the fact that, this all could be a simulation. Because in conjunction with watching politics and stuff like that, because politics is our social society, and science. And that's why I said that I have to add a fourth member to my cabinet of captains, and add, one. But in this case, it has to be like a joint team membership, like it can't be like Sun Tzu or the Buddha or Jesus. It has to be Albert Einstein, and we could say Stephen Hawking, or we could say from Albert Einstein to Stephen Hawking or beyond. Look, science. I don't know exactly how I'm going to put it. All right, but Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking went into the black holes. Albert Einstein could never take us there, but Stephen Hawking stood on the shoulders of Albert Einstein and understood his mathematics. And it is all about mathematics. And it is things that can be self-evident, just like is in our Constitution. Our Declaration of Independence. Is stuff that's self-evident. When you study in calculus and mathematics, that stuff is self-evident. All right? You just got to engage, and you'll understand what it means if something is self-evident. But, I just had to... I really love Cohen, and he's got this broadcast called like Mea Culpa. And mea culpa is, I believe it means when because he's got a picture of him with his hand up like this, swearing, like, either on the Bible or on my honor or something like that. It's swearing to tell the truth. All right. And, look, he repented of his sin of helping Donald Trump. And now, he's mea culpa. He just swears to tell the truth. Anyway, I love him, because he is a true example of a person who has repented of their sin. Okay. All right. when you repent of your sin, and you take a side with the truth. Really as simple as that. But I just want to say, because he says in the end here, he says, look, we can't go past this moment. Okay. And that's why I said, when I heard him say that and it struck a chord with me, no, I can't go past this moment. And I got to say this right now. So, man, I've been having a little trouble with these copyright bullshit, like if I play something. But it should be shortened up. I mean, like I want to make it like 30 seconds. Let's see if it happens.
Just because they do that to Jimmy Kimmel doesn't mean that we have to allow it. The power.
Welcome to Political Beatdown. I'm Ben Meiselas, joined by Michael Cohen. Let's just get into it right away. Donald Trump was on Air Force One. He was asked about the firing by ABC of Jimmy Kimmel. You had a lot of MAGA Republicans trying to pretend like it wasn't because Donald Trump and his FCC demanded that ABC and then its other kind of carriage companies like Sinclair and Nexstar.
Because I'm really nervous about them not making my video for me. So I put it ahead a little bit.
You have evening shows, and all they do is hit Trump. That's all they do. If you go back, I guess they haven't had a conservative on in years or something, somebody said. But when you go back and take a look, all they do is hit Trump. They're licensed. They're not allowed to do that. They're an arm of the Democrat Party. Thank you, everybody.
Right, as if Newsmax and OAN and Fox News isn't an arm of the MAGA party. I mean, Ben, we can't just walk past this. It's, I was just doing my Substack with Malcolm Nance, and one of the...
All right, Malcolm Nance. I think he's a black guy. And I think he has a very substantial and powerful voice. But I don't exactly remember right now because it's been a long time. But you see, he said, we can't go past this. I'm just saying, this isn't really a time, we can't go past. These are deciding times. And this stuff is so surreal or unbelievable. It almost appears to me that this is a simulation. Because the simulation theory cannot be falsified. It says that in Wikipedia. And so it's not falsifiable. Okay, if something in science is not falsifiable, then you can't just say whether it's true or not, because you can't prove that it's untrue and you can't prove that it's true. It's one of those kind of deals. So, I just wanted to put this note in my journal about the unfalsifiable moment that it seems like that we're in right now. It could be a simulation. It could be a simulation. It just seems like that. It's like, who's gonna win? Good or evil? But see, my persistent faith and belief is that truth will be the deciding factor. All right? So that's what I'm going to call this one. Truth will be the deciding factor. Because I believe in a day of reckoning, or I don't know if it's a day. That's just a poetic kind of way of putting it. All right, a time, a series, I don't know, but reckoning always happens. Okay, it'd be better for me just to call this one reckoning. If this is a simulation, okay, reckoning. See? As a matter of fact. Alright, that's it. Bye.